Yes, we are live. Live from Nick's house. Nick's house. Hopefully you'll get the notifications. A lot of you have been saying you haven't been getting the notifications, so hopefully you'll get the notification. Come and say hello. Happy Tuesday, guys. Hello. How are you, Maurice? Hello, Nick's house. Yep. Live from Nick's house rather than the car. It's a bit more safer, I think, than trying to do a live while I'm actually trying to drive. I don't want to do lives while I'm driving, unless my husband can drive and I can do some lives, because I do have a spare phone now. Hello, glad you could join. You missed the other streams. A few people are saying that they didn't get the notifications, but glad you could make it. What's happening? What's the time where you guys are? Are you in Australia or you outside of Australia? I don't want to just assume that people are from Australia. It's good to have you here. I thought I'd do Tuesday night lives because it's kind of halfway between Saturday. And when I go early on Saturday, a lot of people aren't up then. I'm a bit of an early bird. Oh, you're in Brisbane. And, oh, you retired. Well done. So you actually completely retired from working. Is that what you mean? How nice. I can't wait for that moment. Oh, I dream about it every day. I might have got that wrong. I might have read that wrong. You might. I know you said you were going to start doing DoorDash and Uber Eats. Oh, you're so lucky. So jealous. Well, welcome from Brisbane too. Whereabouts are you? North, south? You could be just down the road from me. Hello, Teresa. How are you? Yay, you made it. So good to have you here. Adelaide. Okay, so you half an hour behind, or you the right time? It is now 5:03. I can't work those things out. Oh, thank you. Do you do DoorDash and Uber Eats too? That's so nice to hear. I never know that people appreciate my channel because obviously it's pretty new, but it's always lovely to hear that, and I appreciate you guys too. Just hearing off you in my comments and joining my lives makes my day, just makes me smile. No, I can't work out maths either. I'm like, I don't think there's daylight savings at the moment, but I know so you are behind us. Certain states are either behind us or I don't understand the half an hour thing. Like, why half an hour? Why not an hour? It doesn't make any sense. Does anyone get that? Like, why? I know it's where obviously it's the time of where the location is in the good old world. It's like when I'm playing the pokies, I can never work out. The only denomination I can work out is 1 cent, 2 cent, and $1 denom. I can never work out 5 cent or 10 cent denom. It just takes a bit of math for me. I'm not really that great at maths. Oh, you're right on the border, are you? So you're like Gold Coast, lower Gold Coast, Tweed Heads way, right? I do a lot of work for my main job. We always look for people, and it's so hard to try and find nurses around the Queensland, New South Wales border. But yeah, that extra hour. But obviously, I think daylight savings has finished now. So that's good. But I'm grateful Queensland we don't have it. I don't even think we really need it because it's always, it is getting darker now, but obviously we can't really change that. Oh, you leave home and get home at the It's like my husband, he'll be driving because he's an interstate driver and he drives from Brisbane to Melbourne each week. And on his way back, he'll be, obviously, if it's the time difference, he'll be an hour behind. And then he, sort of comes back and it's normal time. Although that's like us when we go to Vegas. Hi, Maddie. I was just about to say, talk about Vegas. That's all that's on my mind recently. I just can't wait. It's getting me through the work period. I just had last week off work, and the only thing I can think of is the final push till Vegas. I'll have to search it. How long till Vegas? I think it's like 10 weeks now. It's the 16th of July that we leave. Let's have a look. 79 days. Oh, I was pretty spot on, right? But I know when we go to Vegas, we leave at 10 a.m. from Brisbane and we get to Vegas at 10 a.m. Wednesday. We leave at 10 a.m. Brisbane time Wednesday. So it's like we don't even lose a day. We get there exactly. But coming back is the worst part because we leave Thursday night and we don't get home to Brisbane till Saturday. So that's, yeah. How's Maddie doing? Are you in Adelaide? And I'm sure you said you're in Adelaide. Oh, you're near Dreamworld, are you? Tessa, I think I said Teresa, sorry, Tessa. I'm really crap at pronouncing names too, as well as math. Yeah, I should do a countdown timer on Facebook. I wonder how I do that. I think I might bore people with my, although I'm still like, the longer the better at the moment because we're still saving for that dollar is ridiculous. It is really hot in Vegas in July. It's the hottest time of the year, apparently. So I don't even know why. I think the reason we booked July is because our travel agent told us it was the best time, cheaper time to travel. And we're like, well, that kind of works out because we celebrate a year of being married on Sunday, this coming Sunday. And we were like, well, I suppose it could be like our 1-year wedding anniversary. So, but yeah, it will be here before we know it. And I'll soon be like, oh my God, when's my next trip? That's the worst thing with holidays, right? We can't all retire, Maurice. Oh dear, you just found out you can block certain store pickups on Uber. Oh wow, that's good. Yeah, but then lately they've been really good, the ones I was having problems with. So it's kind of like, and it depends on the time. Like, it is really strange, isn't it? And the one thing I would like to block is annoying shop and delivers. I know they're great from kilometer K's to dollar to K ratio, but they're so frustrating with DoorDash because the substitutes, you can't with Uber, you can just decline, oh, that item isn't here, and Uber doesn't ask you any questions. I don't think Uber really cares. But DoorDash, they're like, well, you need to find a replacement and get in touch with the customer. And it's so frustrating. Then the customer takes like forever to get back to you. And then they ask for another item that you can't. I think in my latest video I did on Monday, I was complaining about shop and delivers. I mean, they can be okay if it's just one item. You have friends in Vegas now. They're having a blast. Oh, how cool is that? At least they've got the best time of weather right now. I've heard this time of year is awesome because we follow a lot of the Vegas travel YouTube channels, and they're like, Vegas now is great. It's not too hot, but it is going to be really, yeah. But like you said, it is a dry heat, so it will be great. It will be really good to actually, not have that humidity like we have here. So I'll probably be like, oh, this is good. And the swimming pools, there's air conditionings, like I saw this post the other day that you shouldn't walk the strip from A to B, from, north to south, because it's like 4.5 4.5 miles. And people are like, well, that's not that far really. And also, if you've got a good pair of shoes, the amount of food available in Vegas, I'll probably need the exercise. I just don't feel like, getting Ubers everywhere or getting transport. It'd probably be, I know it's probably not as simple from walking A and B because of all the, crowds. And that's one thing I was saying I was worried about, because I'm a bit of an introvert. It sounds weird, doesn't it? I've got a YouTube channel and I'm an introvert, but I do really not like crowds. And obviously I'm going to Vegas that has really big crowds. What am I going to do? Like Fremont Street, like the old Vegas. I've seen people there and like it was so crowded. I'm a bit nervous about that. That's why I wanted a really good hotel room. Not that I really want to spend much time in the hotel room, but just in case if, there's just too many people, I can get away. But you're in Perth. Oh, you're in WA. So you're 2 hours behind, right? I also do a lot of recruitment for Perth. I don't know why I thought you were in Adelaide. That's strange. But yeah, it will be here before we know it. It is a bit weird, isn't it? You wouldn't think I was an introvert. I'm like an introvert with, I don't know, like it's like when I'm wearing my camera, I'm always worried what people think, and they look at me and you can tell that, people are like whispering, some people, and I don't know if it's all in my head. But I definitely worry too much what people think. How long are you in Vegas for? I am in Vegas for 6 nights. Maybe that might be too much. I don't know, especially with the price of the dollar at the moment. And then I then have 2 days in California. We have 2 days in California. We're actually staying at a place called Oceanside, which is kind of in the middle of LA and where was it? San Diego. We were going to stay in San Diego, but we thought we'd stay in the middle. That way we have access to both. But yeah, so basically an 8-day trip. And I worked out how much we've been saving to our travel card so far, and it's only like $400 American so far per day. And I'm like, gee, we need to get saving a bit more. But anyway, I guess, still got a bit of savings to go. I do have extra money, but I'm saving that for the tax man. And also we've got hotels to pay for, but everything else is paid for now, like paid for flights, paid for like the car hire. We're also hiring a car, a Porsche, because my husband's into Porsches, and we're hiring a Porsche to go to the Grand Canyon. So we're going to drive out there. What else? We've paid for one of the shows we're going to go to see. It's the Michael Jackson one, the Circular du Soleil. I can never pronounce that. Yeah, crowds suck. And I just get worried that someone's going to rob you or pickpocket. I guess you just have to have one of those, I call it my pokey bag. I've got one that I take to the pokies and it always sits in front of me. And yeah, DoorDash and Uber Eats is like therapy to me. I think I've said a few times now, like I work from home, I get stuck in the house. Most of the times, like 50% of the time I'm home alone because my kids are week on, week off. My husband's away Monday to Friday. And it is kind of like, sort of, I was getting a bit of an introvert staying at home. And well, I am an introvert, but I was getting a bit of a recluse, not going out. And so I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna do this. I hate driving in places I don't know either. I don't know if anyone else has that fear. What happens if you can't find the address, but the maps are so clear and easy, and you can actually obviously call the customer if you're getting lost or if they're pinned at the wrong location. That's a bit of anxiety for me. So it has helped my anxiety, and I definitely think I have changed quite a bit. And I actually enjoy going out. Like if I don't go out and do my morning 2 hours in the morning or whatever it is, I actually feel miserable, and I feel like, oh God, I feel like, because obviously I work from home. So hi, Sam. But yes, 3:14 there. So are you working at the moment, or you're just chilling, watching me, or doing both? Always good when you can work and have YouTube on in the background. Oh yeah, I mean, the first time is always scariest, but obviously if you think you said you were doing DoorDash first, DoorDash is one of the easier ones to try first. The only problem I had was my phone for some reason didn't let DoorDash offers show, so I had to upgrade my phone, which was, I mean, it was about due to be upgraded, but once I did, it fixed the problems. But DoorDash is probably the easiest platform to start with. Uber, when I first started Uber, I didn't know what I was doing. I was like the blind leading the blind, and sometimes it'd give you a double pickup or a double drop off, and you didn't have a clue. You just turned up at the restaurant and were given 2 orders, and you're like, oh, crap. So Uber is a bit more confronting, but once you get used to Uber, I think Uber is probably the better platform, because I like how you can just decline jobs and you don't get like now I can't dash now with DoorDash because I'm at silver and I have to schedule because I've declined those jobs, which is really stupid that they penalize you for. Whereas Uber, they don't penalize you, they just keep giving you work. The only difference with Uber, I think that certain things apply that the more you are up in, it's like, I think I'm only a few points away from platinum for Uber. Like I can get cheaper discounts on tires and fuel, and I need new tires. So it'd be good to get platinum for that, because I think it's 25% off Bridgestone. So definitely worth, and I like Uber's quest. But then saying that, I find like they run a quest Monday to Thursday night every week, and like the quests are just so busy now that like this morning and yesterday were just so slow. I hate it. It's just everyone's out, and I think their quests are that good that everyone's out, and it makes it painful. You might write to Fair Work Australia about unpaid wait times, especially when you should do, really, because DoorDash is the only one. I know Uber, and I think we might have spoken about this before, Uber were taken to the Fair Work courts because they were doing like $5-8 deliveries and waited half an hour at the restaurant. Whereas now Uber, if it's over their expected time, they will pay you more, but DoorDash doesn't. So yeah, you should use ChatGTP for that, to write a letter to for DoorDash. And also the public holidays. I think maybe I should write to them too about public holidays. Like, it's not fair, especially Uber as well. You're getting these low paid jobs and you're working a public holiday. They should at least give you an extra few dollars, because you think about how many people on Uber, like the restaurants are charging 10% more. I'm sure Uber would be putting a big fee on top of their, like, deliveries, etc. they're ordering, but we don't get paid anymore. So I was thinking about writing to Fair Work, and I might use ChatGPT. So good, it will write a letter for me and I can just give it a brief outline. Yeah, Vegas would be really nice. I'm all set. I even bought a new suitcase. Gave my husband the old one, so I get a new suitcase. Wow. I mean, I'll find out from the tax man at the end of the year. I mean, financial year, because I've probably earned, I don't know, at least 15,000 doing Uber and DoorDash, and they don't take tax out. So I'm going to be up for a tax bill. But I've got this app, and it does my kilometers. Like, it's called Driver's Note. So I know exactly what Ks I've done. Obviously, petrol, wear and tear, servicing on cars, like everything can be, sort of claimed against tax, even if you have lunch out. But I am getting a bit worried. And that's another reason why I want to save some of that money, not just to pay the hotel for Vegas, but the tax man. Like my husband's the opposite. He's like, oh, let's just pay it back over the year. And I'm like, but then we'll be earning more money next year doing it again. And then every year we'll end up owing the tax man. Seems a bit silly, really. But yeah, do DoorDash first, but I definitely recommend Uber. I think Uber is definitely the way to go. Like, it's less controlling. Like I always say with DoorDash feels like a boss. It goes into boss mode. And the whole reason we do this, right, is that we're independent. We don't have to work for a boss. You know, like, yeah, fair enough. I've got a boss and for my main job, but I don't want someone like DoorDash telling me off. And I always say, boss, DoorDash is like a boss. It's trying to control you. And I don't like that. But yeah, I think it's a good platform to start off with first, but definitely look at getting Uber. Yeah, you always feel like you're being punished with DoorDash. Like, you turn the app on and it's like, there's another problem. Like, oh, you've only done 80% of your pictures, and you're like, what? Or like, you finish your dash and it tells you've been braking too hard. Like, it's like, excuse me, I'll brake how I like, you know, I'm not causing accidents. And you know, Uber does not do that. Uber does not care. The only thing with Uber, the startup, the setup, like the actual app and enrolling, is a nightmare. It took me weeks and weeks, and calling customer service, I didn't even get to speak to someone, but just the sign up was a nightmare. I honestly nearly gave up and didn't do Uber. And eventually they approved it, because basically my passport wasn't the same name as my marriage certificate, because I got married, but you don't have to change your passport. But Uber did not like that. Uber was like, oh, your so-and-so doesn't. And I kept saying to them, it's because, oh yeah, my tax file number was under my married name and my passport was different. And they kept saying, well, your national identity is different to your what was I just saying, to your like ABN number. And I was like, yeah, because it's my married name. But anyway, that was so frustrating. Really was painful. I don't know, like, it's almost like, and a friend of mine always says, it's almost like they are testing you, because doing Uber Eats is so hard and painful, like on the road, that if you can get through the startup process, then you can get through driving for them, which is pretty true. But once you're up and running, I do find, and once you get used to it, I do feel that Uber is much better. I mean, the pay is not as good, but some of my best jobs have been with Uber. I've had $50, $60 jobs going 6K. Don't get them with DoorDash. Yeah, DoorDash is more consistent and you do less kilometers, but then the wait time is higher. So you got to balance it. Like, what do you want? Do you want to sit around and wait for 40 minutes until you get one job that might be better and might have less ratio? Or do you want jobs that maybe $1 per K, thereabouts, but you're going to get jobs after jobs after jobs, unless there's a quest, and then it's a bit harder because everyone's on there. And it has been a lot slow, and I don't know what's going on at the moment. Maybe it's the end of the month. People are waiting to the first to get paid or something. Oh, I have no idea. Driver's Note is awesome. I've been using it since I started mid-November, and I pay about $17 a month. It's so easy, because I started off in November, and I started using like a manual, you know, where you write your kilometers. Can't think of the name, but you know, where you write it down in a book. And I was so frustrated. The times I would forget to do it, and I was like, oh, this is tedious. And then I read somewhere that you needed to also write down your private Ks, so that you could work out at the end, like how long, you know, sort of how many private against business you've been doing. Yeah, I'm over bosses too. I wish I could retire. I wish I could do this full time, not necessarily the driving. I'd like to do it part time with my vlogging, but actually let YouTube be a stream of income, and be sponsored by maybe a local. I was thinking about, because my sponsorship runs out at the end of this month, and I was thinking about reaching out to something like Hyundai, because I drive a Hyundai, and see if they would be interested in sponsoring me, or even a tire company or something relevant to, sort of doing food delivery. And then that way people could get, but like say if it was a tire company, they could get like a 10% discount on their tires if they mention my name or something. But I would eventually like to do this as a stream of income, but I think I'd have to be, that's a long way away. I mean, I'm not even monetarized yet because of my hours viewed, but these lives will help with that. The sign up process, Tessa. Oh my God, it is painful. It is really painful. It's the worst. But I left them alone in the end. I was like, you know what? I can't be bothered. Just forget it. And then they contacted me. So I think they're just really slow, and their customer service with Uber is terrible. You've been waiting for both for a month now. What, DoorDash and Uber? What, you've been waiting for a sign up for both of them? Wow, DoorDash was pretty quick for me. I think I got DoorDash done within a day or two. Men, yeah, is that about the tax thing? Oh, we'll just pay it off. I'm so good with money, but my husband likes to like put things on to loans and borrow money. I'm like, oh, we're never going to get out. We're never going to pay off this mortgage and get ahead if we keep borrowing money. Like, if you get a restaurant and they say 10, 15 minute wait, start the trip and message the customer you're waiting. Otherwise, Uber often won't update the fare to include the wait time. Oh, I didn't know that. Thank you so much for that. Although most restaurants, I didn't know that either. How did you find that out? Most restaurants will say, oh, it's 5 minutes away. And you're like, okay, and you wait 5 minutes, and then 5 minutes is up, and you're like, hey, how long? Oh, 5 minutes. And you're like, well, so really it was 10 minutes. And they obviously they don't know, or they don't care. And it's frustrating if you just got an $8 job and you're like, it's just like, yeah. And then other times you can walk in and out and your job is waiting there for you. That's the best. Some days are just great. Other days are just painful. You got to take the good with the bad. But I didn't know you could do that, because whenever I get to a restaurant, I always message the customer and say, hey, just waiting for your order anyway. But I never say the time, because most of the time I don't know, and the order could be given to me straight away, but I still like to let them know that I'm waiting. You probably see it in videos that I'm messaging them before I've even gone into the restaurant. And if you on DoorDash, you can also press the, the why is there a wait time, because they reckon they update or they know next time, but I think that's crap. I don't think they do anything with that feedback. Just win $1 million in Vegas, buy a Porsche, and only take $3 a month. Although I'd miss the vlogging. I wouldn't do any vlogging then, would I? If I was waiting for $3 a month. Like if I won the lottery or I won in Vegas, I could come back here, do my vlogging, not have to do like a 9-to-5 job, and focus on the 2 channels I've got. Because I'm really trying to build up my second channel too, which I do with a really good friend of mine. And like, if we can build up both those channels, then, well, this channel is kind of building up anyway, but my other channel isn't. So this one takes a lot more work, as in the editing, whereas my other channel doesn't take as much. So it's a lot easier, but it costs me more to run because we pay slots and pokies. So if you like slots or pokies, check out that channel. It's called NK Slots Australia. We are 3 subscribers away from the 200 mark. We started in October, I think. But it does cost more money because obviously you've got to pay the pokies, and they cost money. The other channel, it's called NK Slots Australia. So N for Nicola, K for Kelly, Slots Australia. I'll type it here if anyone wants to go support. get us up to the 200. But yeah, we've been doing it since October. But the funniest thing is, I'm not sure if I mentioned on my other live on Saturday, so excuse me if I'm repeating myself, but we got such a hard time with recording for the slots, and most places won't let you record because they're worried you're going to record people and around them, and we're like, no, we just want to film the slots. Anyway, I kind of got told off for filming the other day, and thanks, Tessa, really appreciate it. And we got told off and we got thrown out. Well, not thrown out, but we got told off by this annoying lady. Anyway, I won't bore you too much with the details, but I went to management and the management wasn't available. It was just assistant manager. And basically, long story short, they said they would speak to the general manager. And they did, and I had to chase them up, and they've given us permission, and it's quite a big club. So, and they have lots of, and we were playing previously at the lowest of the low, like these little taverns. So I'm just trying to read the other comments, sorry. Oh, wow, you had a $45 job for 12 miles. They're awesome, aren't they? I love those. I think that deserves a... but yeah, I think I've had a couple of $55 and I've had one $60. I've had a couple of $30 ones. So, you know, and they just make your morning, you know, and then normally, $1.98 now. Thank you. 2 more to go. No, I was told though Menulog isn't that busy over here. I did look at it, and I don't know if a friend of mine did it. I think, yeah, my friend who got me into this, who funny enough is the other one on us other channel, she got me into doing Uber, and she started with DoorDash. They gave up DoorDash and now they just do Uber because they've had so many problems with DoorDash. But she did Menulog, I'm pretty sure, and she said it was so slow. Do you do Menulog? Do you get lots of jobs? And I think Menulog is the same company that's in the UK, and they call it something like Deliveroo. Correct me if I'm wrong. I could be wrong, but they're pretty big in Australia. I mean, in England, but maybe it's not Menulog. Maybe it's something else. And I think Deliveroo did actually, no, sorry, apologies. Deliveroo did come over to Australia, but they tried to control the workers. And Australia didn't like that. They wanted them to be independent. But yeah, following up with the manager, and you know what? ChatGTP helped me write the email to them. Best email, best thing. Came out with this really clever email. I'm like, whoa, there's no way I could write that. So yeah, I sent it, and the next day I got a yes. The only thing is they said they would be monitoring our channel, and basically, you know, don't be filming anything you shouldn't, as long as it's just the screen, which is fine. We don't want to film your loyal Patreons. We don't want to film anything else but the pokie machine. And if they're monitoring it, it means they're watching it, right? So, but yeah, I'm happy with that, because my friend who I do the channel with, she's like, oh, you're so consistent. The fact that you didn't give up. You know, you kept going, because originally when we phoned up, they said no, we weren't allowed to. And we contacted other YouTubers that do it and are quite big in Brisbane. And they said, basically gave us some advice and said it's not illegal to film slot play, but they can refuse you to film, and they can just tell you to delete it. So I guess when we were filming, most of the time we went to this local tavern, and it was pretty low, like people were wearing those like bracelets around their foot, like, what do they call them, where they monitor like whether they're like just out of bail or something or whatever, they, you know. And there was only like 10 machines, and it was pretty low. But yeah, following up with people definitely does help, and also showing them what our channel was like. Look, we're not there to hurt. We're not going to film anything we shouldn't, and, you know, just keep monitoring our channel. Maybe I should ask them to sponsor us for the channel. or even Dash with Nick, but I guess it probably doesn't really fit in with the Dash with Nick channel. Yes, my lives do go on watch time, so thank you. The only things that don't go on watch time is the shorts. They don't count, unfortunately, which I'm not really focused on shorts. I think shorts are good for getting subscribers, extra subscribers, which I'm trying to do a few shorts, but I don't want to do too many shorts because there is a lot of work involved in doing the shorts. But yeah, the lives count towards view time, which is really good. And I think I've only got 800 hours till I can do the first partnership, which is 3,000 hours in total. So I'm at 2,200 hours. And then that means I can do, if anyone wants to, memberships and, stuff like that. It's just little things to start with. And then the 4,000 hours is where you get the AdSense, which I don't think probably vlogging or DoorDash channels really probably pay that much per view. But I think the sponsorships and stuff like that will eventually help. I've actually just got a new, it's not been done yet, exciting, breaking news. We went past the signage company the other day and we decided, I thought it was a good idea. Long story short, we were following the other day when we were doing DoorDash or Uber Eats, we were following this car and they had a trailer and they had their YouTube channel and it was on a trailer and it was done themselves. It wasn't the best, but they had a YouTube channel and they were in Brisbane. And I was like, oh, that's a good idea because it's like your shop window, really, isn't it? And yeah, I checked out their channel and I thought, well, I'm going to get some signage from my windscreen just saying Dash. All it's going to say is Dash with Nick with the logo and the YouTube channel. And, even if I get one person out of 100 that view it, decide to subscribe, it's definitely something that I thought was worthwhile. Another tax deductible too. But my kids are a bit panicking, going, oh, why would you put that on your channel? Like, people are going to know where you live. I'm like, well, they could follow me anyway. And everyone has business names on the back of their cars, or trucks or utes. So, hey, Geordie, thank you so much for joining me. Oh, where are you based? Are you in Brisbane or are you somewhere else in Australia or are you outside of Australia? Let us know. We're just saying we're just working out the time zones now that the time zones are kind of yeah, I know. And I don't, to be honest with you, when I do my shorts, Maurice, I don't do it for my viewers to watch. In fact, it spoils some of my content because I don't want them to see what's upcoming. So my shorts is just for because shorts can get out there quite a bit and put yourself out there. So it's more to get new subscribers than to actually, so honestly, don't be afraid. I'm glad you don't watch my shorts. Feel free to ignore them, that's for sure. Because they're all the same, the shorts, I'm just trying to make it a bit more interesting to people to hit that subscribe button. Oh, yeah, that's a good idea. A QR code. I don't even know if I'd be able to work that out. Maybe I should ask them because they haven't finalized the print yet. I was also thinking about doing the Facebook logo too, because I do want people to follow on Facebook too, and I'm going to do the monthly giveaways, which is starting on the 1st. I'm going to run giveaways on both channels each month just to try and get people on Facebook, because you can also do quite well on Facebook as well. Not everyone is on Facebook, I get it, but Facebook is another stream of income, really. Unlike Instagram, you can't really do much with Instagram. It's hard work, Instagram. That's why I don't put much energy in Instagram. So I was thinking about maybe also asking them if they could put their Facebook logo on. So I should email them and say, can you do but it wasn't that expensive, really. It was a couple of $100s. They were really nice. And we just happened to be in the area because my husband was getting his truck service. Vistaprint car door magnets are a good idea. Cheat can be made. Oh, yeah. Well, I did think about that. But I thought at least on the windscreen is out there. Like, everyone can see it. And people following you. I just told my husband, please don't be a dick and speed or oh, Geordie, you're in Adelaide. I knew it was like that's why I thought Maddie was in Adelaide. So yeah, apologies. You're in South Australia, and you are half an hour behind us. Is that right? Yeah, no, I just think, most people might not even look or care. They might go to my channel and go, oh, this is crap. I don't want to watch this. I don't know. But you know what? That one person might decide to do it. Yes, I do. Dash with Nick for Facebook. And that's between YouTube and Facebook. That's going to be my main focus. I do have Instagram, Dash with Nick. So check that out. TikTok, no, I can't figure out TikTok. I actually did get TikTok for our other channel, and they basically gave us a strike for putting gambling content on there. So I was like, okay. But yeah, got a Facebook channel, Dash with Nick, Instagram, Dash with Nick, although Instagram's pretty new and I have to really think about posting on that. Whereas Facebook, I probably, even though YouTube's obviously my main focus with the videos don't go on Facebook, but I do post a lot of other things on Facebook that I wouldn't on YouTube. Because I feel like on YouTube, the community post doesn't really get looked at. But yeah, so sometimes I post stuff on YouTube, like I don't know, a comment or a poll or something, and I don't know if it actually gets viewed. So whereas Facebook, I think it's a bit more for that purpose. You're half hour behind. Oh, that's okay. All good. All good. You made it in the end. That's the main thing. But thank you. And if you could hit the like button as well for this video, I think that does help somehow. And if you could check out my Facebook, I know there's a lot of you in this chat that have already followed me on Facebook. Thank you. If you haven't, do it. The competition starts on Thursday. I can't believe we're in May on Thursday. Can you believe that? This is crazy. Like, where has the year gone? Soon be like worrying about my tax return. I might worry about it after Vegas, right? Could come back rich from Vegas and not care. Tax man, charge me all you like. Although in America, if you win on the slot machines, you have to pay tax over a $1,200 win, American dollars. So you have to pay 30%. How crap's that? You already pay tax on your money, and then you're paying tax on your winnings. I think that's the biggest, honestly, the biggest joke going. But I know someone said if I used my British passport, but it's expired, I could get away without having to pay tax, because apparently the US and the UK I don't know, some sort of tax-related partnership. But my passport's well expired, so I'll just use my Australian passport. But yeah, 30% if you win over $1,200. But $1,200 US dollars would be like, I'm going to say 16 or 1,700 Australian. But even so, 1,700 Australian dollars and losing 13% of that, that's nearly what? It's nearly $600. Oh, did you? So you already subscribed through our Pokey channel. Oh, I think I remember you saying, were you the one that was on mat leave and you were binge watching and you found me through NK Slots? And so you're watching us more now than, oh, don't tell Kelly that. I'm pinching all our subscribers and viewers. I'm actually meeting Kelly tomorrow night, the other lady that I do the other channel with. And we said we'll have a midweek push. And we joke, like, should we do it? Shouldn't we? Because we only met up on Saturday. We meet up every fortnight to record. If I had my way, it would be a bit more than that. I mean, I still pay my mortgage on time. I still pay all my bills. My kids get fed. So I know people say gambling's bad, but at the end of the day, it's fun. And we had on Saturday, we had 2 hours worth of entertainment and we walked away with $400 each. So that's not bad for 2 hours worth of entertainment. But yeah, that's crazy that, that you found me through the I might heart that. I'll let Kelly know. Sorry, the reason we're not getting views, it's because I stole them all. Although I do share my our Pokey channel on this channel too, just so it's fair. And you never know, some people might be interested. I know it's kind of a slippery slope. It's like some people are like dead against gambling, and then other people just wouldn't be interested in these kind of vlogs either. So it's kind of a different audience. It's like my old niche. My channel's been around for 5 years, and I was doing weight loss on this channel, and I only just changed my niche in January. And I was worried about it because I already had about 820 subscribers or 800 subscribers when I first started this channel and changed the niche. And I did lose quite a bit of subscribers, I'm not going to lie, and I still do. It's like people forget and they go, oh, why is she not doing weight loss now? And they unsubscribe. But yeah, it was a bit risky changing niches, but I'm so glad I did. I just couldn't talk about weight loss any longer. Yeah, I know. That's what it is. Like, you just like, breaking even is a win, but walking away after 2 hours is massive. Oh, yes, Stu. He's awesome, isn't he? He's doing so well. He gave us a lot of advice to start with, because we were chatting and I was like, can I have some help? And like, he basically gave me some tips. And what's really nice about him is just a normal bloke, right? And he basically said it's not illegal to film the pokies. So that was really good to know that. And he had the same issues we had when we first started. And now look at him. He pays for one of the main clubs in Brisbane. I think he pays for the Lions. So perhaps the Dolphins will have us at theirs because that's probably the local club for us. I mean, we've already got our local RSL that has us now, and that's amazing. But if we could get more clubs to say yes, but I think once we build up the numbers, then obviously they'll be more inclined to do that. There's a lot of places in Vegas I had to email and get approvals to film slots, and they wouldn't because, of the channel size, which is ridiculous, whatever. But yeah, we found a couple of places that will allow us. You still watch NK Slot Vision? Well, thank you. I was just saying we're at, 198 now? So I need 2 more subscribers to get the 200 mark. So Tessa just gave me the extra one. So thanks, Tessa. But we're trying to build, I mean, that channel is pretty much as new as my channel, because this channel, in fact, the NK Slots has been going longer than this channel. Even though this channel is bigger, it was originally a weight loss channel. So I know, I'll say, I know Kelly could be on this. I mean, if she is, like, hopefully she'll say hello. I don't know. She's a bit of an introvert sometimes. She does. I keep telling her we need to put our faces on the the thumbnails and stuff. And she's like, she's worried about her dad. Her dad doesn't agree with gambling and she doesn't want him to know. It's so funny. I'm like, how's he gonna know unless he's watching YouTube pokey channels? And in that case, then he can't be a hypocrite. I don't think I've ever been to the Lions, no. But Stu is so down to earth. He's doing really well for that channel. And that channel's only been going, 2 or 3 years. But, I mean, it's not really local to me. He's South Brisbane. I'm North Brisbane, which is kind of good, isn't it, to have that, I guess if we could build up our channel as good as he is. Because he's even allowed a tripod. I'm not allowed a tripod to film. They're really funny about tripod. Actually, saying that, the club did say for now, maybe I was pushing my luck. I did ask if I could bring a tripod because I have to hold and my arm gets so sore and then I get shaky and I don't want dodgy filming. But they said for now, I pushed my luck a bit. They said, look, you can film, but no tripods for now. But maybe if we build up a big enough presence or a big enough channel and maybe they will let us bring a tripod, because I've got a good tripod that's magnetic. And like Kelly joked the other day, like me holding the camera, because I hold my camera like this, and it's the easiest way, and you hold your arm like that, and that's the easiest way to keep it steady. Otherwise, if you're just filming like this, and I've just started to do that, but she joked saying I'm going to get like a big bicep from accepting DoorDash pickups and magazines. Yeah, it pretty much is a gambling game, isn't it? That I think I should highlight that. I should like that. That's awesome. It's basically is, isn't it? I mean, every job, even an Uber job, is a gamble. You know what? You don't know what you're going to do. You could have a spilt milkshake in your car. Although someone said to me about having that plastic box in my car, that has been a game changer since I've been doing that. And I will be honest, I'm about a week to 10 days ahead in filming for this channel, and I like to not be on that hamster wheel. So everything you see, like yesterday, I probably did over a week ago, only because it's easier for me to be with a full-time job. I have to be organized. So I'm kind of a bit ahead in filming. And I also wanted to be ahead in filming. Like when I go to Vegas, there's still content to be watched. And I'm not doing that hamster wheel, of always like, oh my God, I've got to get a video out. And a lot of YouTubers do that. They put videos out and they've got no schedule, nothing. And I just like to be organized and let people know when my videos are going to be out, because I'm a bit OCD and a bit organized. So, but yeah, definitely a gamble picking up Macca's jobs. Any jobs really, but yeah. How did I meet Kelly? Well, funny enough, my last job, she was my manager. Funny. And we worked together for about 3 years, and I left and I went into agency. Like I'm an agency recruiter, and we were both internal recruiters at the time. And she then left that job, and she I don't know if she wants me telling the world this, but she left and she was having such a hard time. And then she said, because of how well I was doing in agency recruitment, she was going to give it a go. And now she's in agency recruitment. But yeah, we just and we kept in touch after, and she's only about 15 minutes from me. But yeah, we kept in touch. And then she said one day, oh, have you checked out this club because we moved into this area because we lived in a different area and all the clubs were different. And she said, oh, have you been here? And I said, no. And I said, how about we meet up? And we've been going every fortnight for about 1.5 years now, just playing the pokies. And then one day I joked, it was probably about 1.5 years ago when we first started, we should start our own YouTube channel. And we were like, yeah, but it's so hard. Who's going to let us film? And we forgot about it. We mentioned it now and again, but we were like, we should do it. And I wish we did start then, because we, obviously we're 1.5 years behind now, but I'm so glad that we did. Kelly's more of an introvert than I am. I'm a bit more I'm an introvert, but she's an extra introvert, and I do all the editing, I do all that stuff, because Kelly's got her kids full time, she's got a busier life. I don't have a husband Monday to Friday. Some weeks week on, week off, I don't have my kids, so I do all the editing. Plus I love doing it, and slot editing is much easier than vlogging editing. Yeah, well, hopefully they eventually let us do the tripod, because even the hotel we're staying in Vegas said we can film, but we can't use the tripod. But you get afterwards your arm gets all shaky. It's like you've been doing weights. Oh, so yeah. Well, what do you need to stop leaks? Oh, the box. Yeah, the box is awesome. That is, honestly, that has been a life changer. I literally put it in that box now and it does not move. It's so good. It was the best. I think I need a bigger one though. So if I get bigger orders, because the one I've got is quite small. But if I get a bigger one that the little one can go in, then that way we can, if I get bigger orders that have drinks in, it wouldn't be as bad. So I'm sure I've got some in the shed somewhere. We'll just need to find it and wash it out. But yeah, being ahead in filming is so good. And it just makes sense, really. I just don't want to be chasing my tail, especially full-time job and kids. And you know, trying to be an okay wife. And although we spend our weekends with me editing videos, I'm sure my husband, he loves it though, because he watches his own stuff and he's really into cars and stuff like that. So he does his own thing. Yeah. Yeah. So I think, I don't know, a few people told me about that box, but that was really helpful and it's such a good idea, but I didn't think about it. Even my husband said, "Oh, I did tell you about getting a box." I said, "No, you didn't." He goes, "Yeah, I did." I was like, "Okay." Um, but like, having my husband around when I'm filming the slots, I have to tell him to like, his mouth can get ahead of him. And I'm like, that's why I'm a bit nervous about doing lives, door dashing and Uber Eats, because his mouth can be, he gets really, he hates traffic. You wouldn't think so, being a truck driver and in traffic all the time, but I was telling him he'll just have to shut his mouth. Um, oh, you're a nurse. Oh, that's what I recruit for. I recruit for nurses. I don't in South Australia though. That's not one of my states. But well, you're on mat leave and you're tempted. Yes, you should do. I wish I had a DoorDash sign up. Because the Uber one you can only use if you're in Brisbane. Like I've referred so many people to Uber, and I don't get any bonuses because it's not in Brisbane, which is silly. One of my friends in Florida, one of my friends just in Toowoomba, she got that, and it's really disappointing that you don't get a little, even if it was like a little, like, you know, an extra $5 when she gets someone signed up. I mean, the bonus was pretty good with Uber. Like if you get someone that does 100 deliveries, you get like a $600 bonus. And my DoorDash won't let me refer because they said they've got too many people in the area. But yeah, being a nurse though must be like rewarding though. So, but at least DoorDash and Uber Eats, you could do it when your husband's home, like you said, and yeah, get some extra cash. Just save a little bit for the tax man. Yeah, I mean, like I used to never drive anywhere on my own unless I knew where it was, the local shops. I told you I was becoming a recluse at home, so it was really nice to actually do this. And my husband said it has changed me for the better. So yeah, I definitely think it is good. But I, you know, obviously do it when your husband's home. Have you've had your baby now? Was it a boy or a girl? I know, but once you start, there's another guy as well, Morris. You should check him out. He's in the UK. I can't think of his channel name. But he was a teacher and he retired and he's doing like Uber Eats and DoorDash in the UK. Sheffield Deliveries. And if you go there and you check him out, tell him that Nick sent you. He's awesome. He's on a e-bike, not an e-bike, moped, like a electric moped. But and he talks about the challenges, and as a retired, like he gave up. Yeah, check him out and say I sent you. I'm sure that's how you spell it. Oh, 6 months old. Yeah, when I had my first son, I had 2 years off. Luckily, I was made redundant because I didn't want to go back. And then with my daughter, I only had 6 months off and went back, which was really good. Which was really good for her because whereas my son was more like, I don't know, because he didn't go to daycare or childcare too early. So my daughter, she doesn't have any problems with like being shy or anything. So yeah. And then they pretty much were in childcare all the time and I'd go into the city, and now I work from home. I just think, not that I ever want children again. I'm 46, but sort of I just think how the world's changed, that you can get a work from home job or do these. Like if I was at home, I would have like probably put my, the kids into childcare once or twice a week and gone and done some Uber Eats and delivering. But yeah, maybe this won't get you as bored though. I think you'll really enjoy it. honestly, I think you should try it. Worst case scenario, start with DoorDash, because I do feel like it's an easier platform to try. And then once you've been doing that a month, sign up with Uber. Yeah, definitely do that. I think it will get you out of the house. Your husband will probably be thankful for some time at home with your daughter, and you'll enjoy it too. But I mean, enjoy it though, because where else can we take a year off, right, without feeling guilty? I'm still counting down to retirement. Well, when I say retire, I want to do this channel and my other channel and focus on that and do it like really properly, like spend so much time editing and, doing like 30 hours a week maybe, or 20 hours a week delivering. And I'd love to do that, and having a few sponsors, or, sort of some streams of income through Facebook and this, and then that way being able to do that. But obviously, our mortgage is massive, so I can't see that happening anytime soon, which is a shame. As much as I love the fact that we built our own dream home and we're like nearly on an acre, like we're really lucky, I also am annoyed that we sold our old house because it was a small loan, hardly any debt. It was, it was fine. There was nothing wrong with it. It's just I wanted, and we wanted space, we wanted land and a big shed, and, but yeah, I suppose, that's the only drawback, that now we're going to be working a lot longer. But yeah, I mean, my job is a lot of commission work and where I do now. So, and the market is really bad for DoorDash for recruiting nurses in aged care. How many? Yeah, well, I'd like to say I get more steps in now, but I don't. That would be a lie. Because I used to, before doing these food deliveries in the morning, the gig work, I used to always go for a walk in the morning for at least 40 minutes. And now I'm not doing that. So I'm probably getting less steps. But what I do now, I don't do my walks, but I find like when I'm making phone calls for work at home, I'm walking around the house. At the moment, what is it, 6 o'clock, and I've done 8,800. But I do like walk around the garden, and I do pace up and down the house if I get a phone call, and try and do that more, because while I'm doing the deliveries, if I just do the deliveries alone, I don't really get many steps in, because really I'm driving most of the time and you're just going in and out of shops. But yeah, I used to walk like religiously every morning before I started this in November. 5 steps is really good though. Yeah, 5,000 steps is really good. I always try and get about between 8 and 10,000. I used to do about 20,000 steps before I started doing this gig work. So I really need to start trying to lose some weight. That is my biggest focus. And I wish I could put my mindset to doing it before Vegas. But the more I think about it, every Monday or every day, I'm like, it's just such a challenge. Like, it's just hard work, and just it is so hard to put yourself. What are my kids like? Well, my daughter's like me, and my son is more like his father. She's a bit more outgoing, but yeah, my kids are, yeah, they're funny. You mean about the sign that in my car? Is that what you mean? Yeah. It is a mental challenge losing weight. And I'm even on Mounjaro. So you think it would be easy, but I've had to lower my dose because I've been really sick lately. And it's got nothing to do with the Mounjaro. I can't even pronounce it, but I think I've got a mild case of diverticulitis. It's called, I always say divititis. But it makes me feel ill for 2 or 3 days. And the last 3 weeks I've been really ill with it. And I wanted to get a scan, and I spoke to my doctor this week, but she wasn't interested in doing a scan because I feel fine. But the problem, she's like, can you come to me when you're feeling ill again? I'm like, well, you weren't available. You have a week's waiting list. So go figure. and she seemed to, I mean, she's a lovely doctor. I love her to bits. Well, I don't love her to bits, but she is one of the best doctors I've had. But yeah, she seemed a bit annoyed that, well, if you don't have the pains now, there's no point having a scan. How old are my kids? So my son is my oldest. He turned 16 in March, just gone. He's now learning to drive. Scary, eh? His stepdad, my husband, is actually been teaching him. He's been really good with him. Like, my husband is really good with my children, even though they're not his, but he treats them as if they are. And my daughter, she turned 13 in February. So yeah, she is like a mini me. She really is. Even if you saw a picture of her, you would think she's me. She's even got a bit of an attitude. Like, my husband thinks that comes from me too. But yeah, I wish I could really, and apparently I've got to go on the lower dose for this medication for 2 weeks and then increase it again. And if the problems do happen again and I feel ill, then I know it's the medication. Or it could be just I'm eating the wrong foods and I'm not being healthy enough. And I do know that. You know, I haven't been the healthiest. And that's the problem when you're on Mounjaro. You don't want food. So when you do eat, I feel like I'm not eating the best foods. I mean, I'm still plant-based. I'm a plant-based eater. And so technically I do eat well, but there's still fake plant-based crap out there. And there's still really rubbish that I eat. So, but yeah, I would love to lose a bit of weight for Vegas. Maybe I'll start walk a bit more, try and eat a bit more better and, stuff like that. So, yeah, it is very hard, very challenging. And that's why I stopped doing the weight loss content. Like, I was doing a weight loss channel for so long. And I just got so I just had no passion talking about weight loss, because most of the time I was going on there saying I didn't lose weight. And I'm sure people could tell. And as much as I wanted to grow my channel, and then I had a light bulb moment. Why don't I do my vlogging when I'm doing my delivering? And then that's how this came about. And funny enough, I didn't even know people did this until I searched it on YouTube, and I saw quite a few people in America do it, but not many in Australia, very few. So I leave in 79 days. We just looked at that. 79 days, the 16th of July. So I'm super excited about that. So someone mentioned I should do a countdown on my Facebook. Are you on my Facebook? You should be. If you have Facebook, you should check it out. I'm running a competition starting the 1st of May. But yeah, I'm all hyped up. And we also have one for NK Slots too, Facebook, which we're trying to build up, because we follow this one guy on Facebook, and he does slot pokies videos, and he earns $150 per video posted on Facebook. But he does spend a lot more money, so of course, Yeah, I know. You would think it's really funny delivering like the stuff I do deliver being plant-based, but it doesn't bother me because my husband and my kids aren't plant-based eaters. So I don't really care. Like, it really doesn't faze me whatsoever. Like, I've been around it. My dad was a butcher, so I mean, I didn't become vegan plant-based until I was 28, and now I'm 46. And I was vegetarian for a lot of those years. But yeah, yeah, my husband, they cook steaks in front of me. It doesn't worry me. It really doesn't. I don't care. But my dad was a butcher when I was growing up, and I think maybe just I'm used to it. As long as I'm not eating it, that's the main thing. But yeah, I definitely, I'm not the most unhealthy person in the world, that's for sure. But I probably eat way too much. Even on Mounjaro, how do you do that, right? But I am on a low dose. Yeah, not long. Well, I was thinking of uploading stuff to the slot channel and also doing some vlogs for this channel, because I'm still going to have scheduled videos that I plan ahead. That's why I said I always like to be ahead by 10 days. So that way, when I come back from Vegas, I don't have to stress as much. Okay, well, I've got videos planned for this channel and I'm not losing my view time, or, I'd like to think that I'm all organized enough to have that. But I was also thinking about doing vlogs of maybe the Vegas hotels, or even going to the Grand Canyon in the Porsche. But yeah, I will be uploading loads of slot videos to the Pokey channel. So people will get frustrated by the end of it, of me being in Vegas. They'll be like, yeah, we know, Nick. So I definitely want to do some vlogging over there. But the thing is, I was just thinking today, do you think I should record the content and then come over and edit when I'm at home here? And I don't know if I can do that, because there's a lot of me, most of the time when I go out at night and I do vlog, filming, I have to come home and edit it, because I'm so organized and so OCD. I don't like to wait. It's just me being organized. So I don't know whether would I be able to film it or save it on, those SD cards, and then bring it home and then edit everything, because I don't want to the Pokey channel's okay, because Pokies don't really take a lot of editing, let's face it. It's pretty easy compared to vlogging. Vlogging takes a lot of work. Like I was saying the other day on my other live, 3 hours of working on Uber Eats or DoorDash and filming takes me roughly about 3 hours of editing. So, but yeah, I won't do too many vlogging videos over there. It's more the Pokey videos will go on my Pokey channel. But I might do some travel vlogs, or some vlogs about the hotel and the area I'm in, and just put that up as an additional extra, rather than to replace the videos I already will have scheduled. Oh yeah, lots of slot videos. But yeah, I just have to work out whether. Yeah, I will. It will be really cool. And they've got so many different machines. Obviously, Vegas, there's loads of machines. I'm going to be like a kid in a candy store, and I'll probably gain loads of weight. That's another reason I want to lose weight. Yeah, maybe the vlogs I will edit when I'm home. The Pokey videos will be pretty easy. But yeah, even a lot of the Pokey videos, I always film on my phone for the Pokies, so I can save that on my phone. Whereas the vlogs I do on my GoPro or my Insta. So yeah, enjoy the holiday. Yeah, I need to be present for this holiday, because it's so hard to unwind, right, and enjoy yourself, and I just need to switch off. Yeah, no, that's a good idea. But how do I save? Do I just buy more SD cards, especially for the vlogging? I suppose I could do that, but I'm sure my phone storage should hold most of the Pokey recordings. Might have to get my husband to do the short, if we get any decent shorts, to do the portrait. Because normally Kelly's my portrait lady. She's the one that does the short filming, and that's why they're always at an angle, because I'm normally sat in front of it and she's at an angle. And I told her, going forward, we should really make me move over so she gets a good shot of the shorts to do a portrait filming. No, we're leaving the kids. Isn't that bad? I'm so glad though, because I couldn't afford to take them. We've already spent $5,000 on flights. $6,000 in total will be the accommodation, and that's not even food, drink, entertainment. And then I think we spent $1,000 already on car hire, including the Porsche, which was obviously my husband's request. But I can't complain, because I'm putting money into the machines. So the kids are staying, but we did say we might have a family trip next year to Japan, maybe, whether that will happen or not. So it's just the husband and I, more like a 1-year anniversary celebration. You could just do the Pokey videos, just the bonuses of the Pokies, not the whole set. Yeah, exactly. And I always find it hard, because I've got a channel that I don't want to play the Pokies and not film, but sometimes you don't always enjoy the Pokies, because you're filming and you're trying to think of entertaining things to say. And yeah, I could be silent a lot. I know Stu does do a lot of silence on his videos. But so I don't always get to enjoy the pokies as much because I'm filming, but I do enjoy the filming and the editing. So I probably won't film everything that we're playing, but that'll be the time that we win big, hey? Yeah, well, yeah, use them. Well, I said to Dan, like, we should, like, but we can't do Uber or DoorDash over there because of the different currency, like tax rules. So I can't even go, because I thought that would make a good video, like, you know, Aussie in Vegas dashing, like, and, you know, but yeah, I mean, we're going to the Grand Canyon in it, so it might make a good vlog video, but unfortunately I can't DoorDash. I also thought about, there's a few channels out there that do DoorDash and Uber Eats in Vegas, and I could meet up with them and do one delivery with them and film it. And but then, you know, it's my holiday. Do I really want to be bothered? Well, I thought about doing the GoPro on, and my husband's always telling me, do the GoPro. But, you know, the GoPro, it's got like a 360 image, like, so the problem with that, yes, it would be easier to hold because it's literally just so light. I mean, I need to try it, but I'm worried that it's going to get other things that we will get into trouble for. And I've also just worked so hard to get permission to film at our local RSL club that I don't want to be like, I mean, you can edit it, I guess you can shrink it in, but it would be so much easier just on your phone because you can just point it there. But it would be a lot easier and it would be less heavy. And then iPhone 16 is pretty heavy to hold for so long. But I did think about the GoPro, but the GoPro isn't also very good at night or in darker situations. Like my Insta 360 is pretty good, so that would probably be better. But even so, I don't know whether it would give a whole, yeah. So everything is, especially going to America. America, like the dollar is improving. Our dollar is improving against the US dollar, but it's still not much for you. I think I changed some DoorDash and Uber Eats money today. I got my DoorDash money yesterday. I can't remember what that worked out, but today I had $400 in Uber money, which I switched over, and it was 41 cents to our dollar, and I think I got $300 and something for, no, it wasn't that much. No, I transferred 500 over and I got 300. So it's improving, but it's still. Oh, you really like Japan? Yeah, my kids, because they learn Japanese at school, they really are into Japanese stuff. And my daughter can't get enough of sushi. She would have that every day of every meal of the day if she had. And my husband's really into the Japanese cars, like the supercars and stuff like that. I mean, I think I'll just have to eat rice out there. I don't know if there would be much for me to eat though. Yeah, I could change the settings. Maybe I could change the GoPro settings. Maybe I need to like Google that because it would be so easy, wouldn't it? Just holding the GoPro. Yeah, I think my kids wouldn't like to be in the videos. A good idea, but my kids are so lazy. They stay in their bedrooms and watch iPads, and I don't think kids are built the way, well, some kids aren't built the way that, we used to be out on our bikes in the streets, and I know the world is a different place now. But yeah, I mean, it would be good in theory. And I was even told that maybe I could get my husband in it more, like when he helps me on Friday nights, just to, get a bit more, like a bit of a difference. But I have to be careful what my husband says because he opens his mouth and it comes out. He's from New Zealand and he doesn't have any filters at times. So when we're filming slot play, pokey play, I'm always telling him, shh, I have to edit that out now. Thanks, Dan. Like, well, when Kelly is with me, it's fine. Like, we kind of are on the same page there. I mean, we have a laugh and a joke, but we know our P's and Q's. But yeah, I mean, I could ask them, but I also thought my son's learning to drive. He could do the driving while I'm doing the dashing, but I might be late for orders, and he's only just started learning to drive. So I'd probably be more worried and scared. And it's bad enough me trying to vlog and check the location without having to worry about my 16-year-old. Oh, your Japanese cars. You have a Nissan S14. I'm sure he knows what they are. Oh, I'll have to ask him that. I'll have to remember that. I'll remember that and ask him when I get off this. I won't be too much longer. What I will do, though, I'm going to do every Tuesday, 5 p.m. Brisbane time. And I want to come on here and do lives every week on Tuesday. So if you can join it, then I'd love to see you for the lives. I do early Saturday mornings, but I find a lot of Australians aren't on there just because of the times. I get it. Like, not everyone's an early bird like me. I'm up at 4:35 every morning because, well, one, the dogs don't let me sleep in, and two, like, I go to bed pretty early. I prefer to go to bed early and wake up early, and I'm always on the road by 6 o'clock in the morning if I'm doing gig work, and then I have to get back to home for like 8:30, 9 o'clock for my day job. And the school traffic at the moment is kind of, sometimes it's pointless even doing this. So yeah, I often wonder, school times I think school times now are the new peak hour. It is pretty shocking, really, that like sometimes you can do like 1.5, 2 jobs in the hour and you get like $20. You're like, because of the school traffic. I wish that's another thing, obviously, with Fair Works. Like, I think Uber or DoorDash should really take into account the time of the day. And fair enough, you accept the job, and that was what they do, but they don't take into account school traffic. And also, I noticed this morning, and quite a few mornings delivering, there's lots of police out there. Like with their, what do they call it? When they've got holding their camera. So it's not like a van, it's just like a police officer holding it. And like, I did notice I was going a few Ks over, like by, I think it was a 40 zone, and I was doing 45, 44, but she didn't chase me after that. So I assume they only chase you, right, if you get a ticket, or do you get one in the mail? I'm just like dreading it now, because my husband, was it last Friday we were out, and it was double demerit points, and there was a van. And I said to him, look, there's a cop there, and he was going over the speed limit. So I'm waiting for that, and it's in my name because it's my car. Well, I'm glad that afternoon is good for you, so you can join the Tuesdays. You're up all night with your baby. Oh, I don't miss those days. I really do not miss those days. Honestly, as much as I miss my kids growing up, I don't miss getting up. I'm really grumpy if I get, like, even my dogs get me up now. You have plenty of time, Maurice. You'll be interested to see how my life changes. Always have been up around. Oh, well, join the lives if you can. Obviously, don't feel like you have to. I do get it. People have lives, and I didn't expect this many people to join me today. So thank you. I do appreciate it. If you can give the thumbs up, and I do appreciate that. It does help my channel put it out there. Yeah, radar gun. Yeah, I try not to speed, but you know how sometimes you just they have a 5 kilometer leeway. So as long as you were doing 5, 5 kilometers, I think I might have been just on. But do they chase you? Do they chase you? I don't know, because I know the speed camera vans, they don't, they just send you one in the mail. I always try not to speed, but okay, so I'm good then. Phew. It's so hard because you're in your zone, and I know you shouldn't speed, and I get that, and there's cruise control, but the road changes. And also, it is so hard because you're so concentrating on the road, you're concentrating on, the maps, and just trying to, avoid a speeding, because you can imagine we get low paid as it is doing these deliveries, and then you get a speeding ticket. How's my mom? My mom is good, thank you. She's in the UK at the moment. She comes back next week. She's on holiday. And she is she's enjoying herself. I think she's a bit homesick. She lives on the granny flat to us, so she's attached to our house. Another reason why we bought on land. If they're a radar gun, they actually pull you over. Well, that's a relief. Well, I can wipe that one off. It's normally my husband getting the speeding tickets, not me. Touch wood. Haven't really got any. Oh, there's some wood. I haven't actually had one for a few years, and I think the last one I got was actually my husband's. In Victoria, they do with guns. What they send you. Hi, Bo. How are you? Thank you for joining. Appreciate it. How's your day, afternoon, wherever you are? Are you in Australia? Do they chase you with guns? Like, do they just drop their gun and get in the car? What's the waltz all the time? Is that like an app that tells you like the cops are about? Because my camera, my car tells me if there's a speed light camera, you know, like at the lights, but it doesn't tell me if there's a cop standing there. I mean, I try not to speed, and I'm pretty good with that, but all it takes is you to be in your own zone and you could be over. But yeah, I think my husband got one last Friday, and it was like public holiday, and I'll get it because it'll be in my car, and he needs his points for the truck. In Queensland, a police officer has his radar gun on the Sunny Coast where I live. He waved at me, but we were going up and down, hand gesture to slow down. Okay. So what does that mean? So in Queensland, a police officer had his radar gun on the Sunshine Coast where I live. He waved at me, but we were going up and down. So he didn't chase you. Did he wave you to pull you over? Is that what you mean? I mean, I've got breathalyzed by those guys before. And, oh, okay. Well, that's nice. That goes to show how decent they are then. That's not bad. I think there should be more of those ones. You know, those ones like they're like solar paneled and they tell you your speed. I think there should be more of them. And I think that would be more productive than having a speeding ticket. The Victorians used to call them the Gestapo. Your husband would know as a driver. He goes, oh yeah, and he's always getting tickets. Honestly, like, and his tickets are really big. I mean, he doesn't get them all the time. I'm exaggerating, but his tickets aren't like mine. Like, you know, mine might be $200, $150. His are like $500 to $1,000 in a truck. They're really like lenient. They're really tough on trucks. Yeah. Oh, well, you know, that was good that you didn't get, so at least then they warned you. I know. I wonder that because, you know, often you go to your phone and you're touching the screen and you're like accepting a job. Obviously, if someone caught you, that's $1,000 fine. But I don't know, to be honest with you. There must be cameras. I mean, there must be cameras in Brisbane, Queensland that you can see because you often see them on A Current Affair or that complaining that I wasn't on my phone. But I try not to touch my phone while I'm driving unless it's just accepting a job or screenshotting the job. You know the police officer from your old job. Oh, well, do you reckon they recognize you? That'd be funny if they recognize you. Oh, dear. Well, I've nearly been going an hour and 30 minutes, and thank you so much for everyone that has joined and obviously the chat. Like I said, I'm going to be doing this every Tuesday night at 5 o'clock Brisbane time. And even if it's just half an hour, come along, have a chat, or even if it's 10 minutes, come along, have a chat. And I do Saturday mornings. I do eventually want to start doing them on the road. I've got a spare phone now. Yeah, whether I do some lives on the road as well, but I don't want to do it while I'm on my own without my husband. I just think it's too risky. It's bad enough. There's so many of them checking. Yeah, they probably need to earn a bit more money. Maybe that's it. I mean, I suppose if you weren't speeding, you wouldn't be raising revenue anyway, would you? Oh, do they? And you same do when I'm doing DoorDash, pull up beside me and talk. Was that why you accept? Oh yeah, the police. And so you know the police. Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? Oh, lovely talking, and thanks so much. And I'll let Kelly know that I've converted one of our NK Slot Australia. If you haven't checked out NK Slots Australia, we need 2 more subscribers, and then we'll be at our 200. So it's our sister channel. It's my second channel. Kelly obviously isn't part of this channel, but we do pokey play, slot play. So check it out, and check out Facebook because I'm going to be running competitions there, and appreciate every one of you. And I hope you have a good evening. And yeah, until the next one, yeah, like I said, it'll be Saturday morning and Tuesday afternoons. But thanks so much, guys. And if you're watching the replay, give it the thumbs up too. I do appreciate that. Take care, guys, and thanks for joining. Till the next one.